Hello my crafty friends, Corrine here from Corrine Crafts. I hope you are all well. I've not made a tag card before, not on this channel, so here is my tag card, just made from Kraft card, but you could be doing it from any card that you wanted to. Little bits of card and paper, little bits, most of it, all of these bits all came out of my scrapbox, including the wax seal. The flowers were just some that I'd already got. I hope you like it. Really easy to get to put together. You could be changing this however you want. Oh look, I put a little gem on the bottom as well, just there. I hope you like this. I'm going to show you how to make it now. There are a couple of things that led me to doing this project, really, and one of them was I love using Kraft card. Another one was I was talking the other day on a demo about doing white splats on my projects, and our lovely Jan told me about using a white acrylic paint and just diluting it down a bit. So I just picked up a Peebo white acrylic paint, so we're going to have a go with doing that. And also I love doing shabby chic things. I love putting flowers on, so it's a sort of a mix. So I thought I was going to do a tag, but then I thought no, I want to make it a card. So all I've done is I've cut two pieces of Kraft card, just regular Kraft card, into strips, and this is the length, this is the width of the card, and I've cut them into 4 1/4 inch wide, and then I've stuck them together in pairs. So I've got two sets like this, and then on one of them I've done one pair, I've done a score line at 3/4 inch behind. So that's going to be my card. Now to turn it into a tag, all I did, if I can get my ruler, is I measured 3/4 what was it, an inch in from that side, an inch down from that side and there, and then cut them to join. And then I've used my crocodile to cut a hole in. So it was just, I've trimmed it down a little bit. So it's about, I think it was about 7.5 inches. So it'll be 7.5 inches by 4 1/4. So that's made me a card base. So you can do that. So I just need to, I haven't actually folded on that score line yet. There we go. So that's going to be my card base, as you can see, like that. So that's where I started from. So again, we're making our own card bases, which you've seen me do often, as quite frequently. Then I just got some paper, and all I did was I cut it to 4 inches wide. I then just did a mark and put a thing on. Now, to make this shabby chic, all I've done is I've taken like a crimpler tool. You can do this with scissors. Lots of brands do these crimpler tools. I used to have, I think it was a tonic one. I don't think it was scissors, it was a tonic one, and I used to do that. Or you can use a pair of scissors. So all I've done is roughed up the edge. Now we could get a little bit of a brown ink and go around the edges, but what I might actually do is, rather than on there, I might just do it on to the card base, just like that, just to give it a bit of depth. There we go. Let's just work that up off the base. Like that off the worktop. There we go. Right, so all I need to do is pop that on to there. So because it's I wanted a little bit of rigidity, I'm using my all-purpose glue. To work out where to put the hole is, I laid it down one on top of the other, and then just poked it through with my pokey tool, and then went in with my crocodile. But I'm going to show you how the crocodile works in just a minute. So we can pop that on there. So that's my card base. This is going to come together really easily once we've done that. I'll show you, I've done another little mini tag on here. I've already splattered that with a little bit of white. And if you do have a crocodile, they are really useful to have. So this is my crocodile. It's a We Are Memory Keepers one. I've had it a good few years. Now it took me years to realise that the bits doing the holes are on the side. So you've got a narrow one and a chunkier one. So unlock it, and all you have to do, so this is the bit to put your brads on, so this is what your crocodile does, but this is to make the holes in the first place. So you can then, if I want it to be at, say, about 3/4 inch, so it's a 3/16 of a hole, I do it by eye. You can put that and then squeeze through there, and it puts a perfect hole in that. Now I wanted to make it look a little bit better, and I've lost the one that I've already cut up. There we are. So all I did was I got 2 circle dies. You can see those there, really just basic circle dies, and then I put them through on a piece of Kraft card, and it cut out like a hole binder. So I thought, oh, that's quite handy to have. So instead of buying, because we talk about all the time about buying, using what we've got in our stash. So I haven't had to buy any tag dies. I do have some tag dies, but I haven't had to go out and get any. I haven't had to buy any like hole reinforcers. I've just put that on there. Actually, I might just do another one. So it's just 2 dies together. Let's grab my little mini die cutting machine. So this will come out exactly the same as the last one because I haven't undone the tape, and we can run that through. This will actually make it look a bit better because it will make sure it's got the same look on both sides. And then there we go. That'll pop out like that. It's not perfectly centered, but you know what? Once it's on my tag, and my tag is Shabby Chic looking, it'll look brilliant. So I now have a big tag and a little tag. So again, this was just a little scrap of card cut off from this, and I just took off the corners like that. I've already put some ink on. What I thought I'd do is I've put a centre mark. Now, don't ask me where these came from. They are so old. They are so old. I've just got some, they're like transfers with sentiments on. So what I thought I would do, if this one fits, I believe it should, what we could do is, you can tell how old they are. They don't want to come off the sheet. I think they're probably, gosh, these must be, I reckon these are over 8 years old. I reckon I had these before I started working on, there we go, on TV. So that's how old they are. So instead of stamping, I've now popped my sentiment on just like this. It's just like a form of peel off. It's not a peel off because you don't take the topping off, but there you go. Once I put that on and given it a good burnish, you can get these by quite a lot of brands, but they're quite handy. They sort of do them for inserts, but look at that. Unless you look really hard, you can't see the joint, and it's going to be hidden a bit more. So let's see about putting a bit of ribbon through there. I think I always go from the front through the hole. Come on, helpful pokey tool. I saw the pokey tools. Wayne was on Hobby Maker, so if you are after a pokey tool like I've done, I always give you a link, but now you can get them via Hobby Maker, so that is super exciting. I didn't know he was going to do that, so that's really exciting that you can get those. So let's just cut that like that, and now I've got my little mini tag. Isn't that lovely? Really nice. So I've got this one, so I'm going to be a little bit more decadent, I think, with the ribbon. So I've got a couple of pieces of ribbon here, just ribbon and lace, and I'm going to go through that hole. I'm definitely going to need my pokey tool because it's quite a lot of ribbon, but it will go through, especially with having that reinforcer on. Pull that through. Oh, there we go. We can pull. Have I got it going through both? There we are. So I want to bring that round, split those off, and then I'm just going to tie that in to a lovely bow. And actually, the more it's sort of worked, the looser it'll get. So that'll be quite good. So we can put that on there, and then I can just trim the ends. You can do mermaid's tails, or I'm just doing slanty ones for now. Now, the only other thing I would do if I'm doing something like that is get a little bit of a clear glue and just put a little bit of clear glue over that, and then just give it a little bit. Let's just pull that down and pull that up, pull that down. There we go. What that'll do is that will dry and it'll stop it unraveling. Okay, so we've got a card base and we've got a tag, so I think we need to decorate those up. Aren't they looking pretty? Really pretty. This is going to be quite a shabby chic. little strip of card. It's the back, so you can see it's the back of that, or the front, because I was using the back paper. I'm going to wrap a piece of ribbon around here. I don't like loose ends on my ribbons. I like quite a lot of, I like them neat and tidy. I'm going to actually in a minute do a little bit of paint splattering before we go too much further, I think. So we can put that on there, just wrapping that around like that, and then I'm going to cut off the bulk. So this is just to add a border, just to add a little bit of detail. Let's get that red liner. Sticks to, best place I can recommend to you for getting your red liner tape. And I'm just going to put a piece over the top, so there's red liner under the ribbon, and now there's red liner over the top, and then we can burnish it. Now you cannot go wrong making this design of card, because however you do it, it's always going to be right, because it's sort of got that shabby chic look. So I think that really works. Now this is just taking a minute because it doesn't want to stick. If I went in there we go, that's easier, look, where it was sticking to card. And I'm actually going to put that fairly low down to the bottom, just like that. There we go. If you want to put a little bit of red liner under there, but I actually like the movement of that. So I've got my oh, I'll tell you what I will do before I do that, because I want my envelope. Now I created some torn edge nesting dies with a faux stitch years ago, so I've just used one of those just because I wanted something a little bit more interesting. So I've done that. Now I don't know how many of you have ever used an envelope scoreboard, but this is the one that I used to have from Tattered Lace. It's really quite old now, but I'm not actually going to do it properly, not truly. I'm going to put this on the 2 1/4 inch line, and I'm just going to score one. I'm going to put it on the 2 1/4 inch, just because I know that this will give me a nice size, because I've not followed any of the measurements on here. So I'm just going to go on here. I'm just using it to score down. Now I've only gone down, yes, I've gone down 3 sides. I don't know if you can see it better on that one. And then and again, I'm not doing it properly, because you should just only cut part of these up. I'm going to cut them all off these little corners, just there and just there. I'm not going to cut any off the top there. Move those out of the way. Don't think I need my crocodile again. And then I'm just going to fold these up, so that's going to be my base. And then you can see I've got far more over here than you should have, but it's going to be absolutely fine. And I'm just going to fold those over and fold that up. I want that shabby chic look, so it's come more of a rectangle. So I think the easiest way to do that, now can you tell I've had my grandsons in here this weekend, and now I can't find what I was looking for. I don't mind, it's worth having them in here. It was lovely. We were doing crafting together. So pop that, some glue on there. Actually I could come quite a way across here, and I'm just going to go not too tight, and then I'm just going to lift that up and pop that on to there. Put a little bit of glue on there, just get rid of that, feel it, rub it off. There we go. And now I've created a little envelope, and I'm going to pop that on to the front just here. Let's put that on. I'll use my wet glue and put that on there. Ooh. And put that on, but I've got a couple of things I want to do before that dries. I've got a little wooden embellishment, and actually these are so nice, I don't want to waste it or use it all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to put glue on one half, so it means I can get 2 projects from one. And then I'm going to tuck that under there. What you could do is you could tuck the other half under here, but I'm not going to. I've got some white bits. Again, I've just been going through my scrapbox. You know, I often do that when I come to do these, because I cut all these bits for projects. So let's lift that up from there. I really do not know how this is going to look when it's finished, and let's pop that one under there. I just want a little bit of white to break it up. I thought that would look nice. Oh, and then I've got, again, we were doing a project the other day and I was using circles, and this one got thrown into my scrap box. I'll just show you my scrap box, just so that you know. This is my scrap box. Look at that. That's where all the bits that are left over from all the projects, if you can see, look, that was my colour challenge. That was one I did recently. That was another one I did recently. They all just get thrown in there. And then when I'm doing projects, if I want something quickly, I can just grab it. They don't have to make sense. Why have I got a circle? Why have I got scrap? I don't know. Just because I wanted to break it up. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of splatting. So, as I said, I took some white acrylic paint. That's all I've done. And I've just added a little bit of water to it. A squirt. I just squirted it, and then that's made that a little bit more runny. Because when it comes out, it's a bit thicker. Take a paintbrush. I might actually just do one more spray because that's been sat for an hour or so. It's very, very hot today. I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to get this now. I'm going to have to try and be careful because when I did that little tag a couple of hours ago, it went over me, went over my top. Oh, look, there we go. Oh, it's coming back over me. It's spraying all directions. I should wear an apron, shouldn't I? I just wanted to break it down. Look, oh, Jan was absolutely right. Diluted acrylic paint works very well, so long as you don't mind it. Look at that. It's all over me. But that's not a problem. It'll wash off. It's all over my top as well. But I think this top is definitely one for crafting in now. How about that? That's looking really pretty. Okay, I'm just going to give it a quick blast. I shall come back. I just want to speed this little bit up so that I can do a few more bits. I'll be right back in 1 minute. All right, so this is where we've got to. It's not perfectly dry, but I've taken off a lot of the wet with that. So let's just pop this back into here. So there we go. So my little wallet is about 2 1/4 wide, and this is about 2 inches wide. Now I have cut myself a couple of little sentiments, just typeface sentiments. Excuse all the white paint on me. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of foam tape on the back of there so that we can pick those up. Let's just grab my tweezers. There we go. It is a bit easier. And then I can put one down there, and then I can put one just up there. It's worth putting those on before I start putting my flowers on. Okay, so the next bit I want to do is I want to add some flowers. So I've just cut those ones, some little white ones. Then gone through my box, and I've got lots. I'm not going to use anywhere near as much as this, but I've just found lots of I think that one might be too big. Lots of different green foliage because I do like green. Tell you what I also found was a wax seal that I'd made for a previous project, if you've seen that. Oh, I tell you what I found as well is I found a little jewel, you know, like a hanging one. I do like those. And a couple of buttons. I've got a couple of those. I might put that one there because I like that. So we need to get the hot glue going. Hot glue going. And then I can put this on here. There we go. There we are. And then, right, what else have I got? So I've got some flowers. Can I just show you? Just to show what people say. I might have shown this before, but look at this. This is my box of pink flowers. And I've got this 6 times over in different colours. All from before. Haven't you really used them since I was with Tattered Lace? So yeah, these were a Tattered Lace flower. These ones are really proper paper ones I used to use. So let's just put a couple of those. Then I've got some small bits. I was trying to tie them together, but I don't know whether that's going to work. So we can pop. No, let's separate them out. I don't like them together. I want to tuck them in. So let's separate them out. So what else have I got? I've got some little buds. Let's just fold those up like that. So we'll just bring them in when they're ready. I also, oh, these. Now, I got these when I was doing a lot of flower making. So they're just like stamens. They're double-ended, but I'm just going to cut off a couple. It's the easiest way to get them out is to cut them because they're all bundled together. Oh, I've just pulled that one off. That's not good. Oh, I've got two there. There we are. So we've got those. What else have I got? Oh, I've got some lovely little flowers here. And some more just here. So I'm just going to trim. I like a little bit of wire left on because it helps to grab them. Now I am being careful to introduce a bit of white because otherwise it could look a little bit, everything blend into each other. So let's see where we can go from there. So I want to start with a flourish. I'm going to put my flourish on first. Now it feels right to me to put the flowers in that corner. So I put a sentiment in that corner, I've put my heart. So I'm going to put my flower. I could end up covering most of this up that I've done. So let's just trim that. And then we can put that. That's nice coming off the card, isn't it? I think this is where I want to put my gem. My, you know, charm. That's the word. It's not a gem, is it? It's a charm. So let's see which way around this goes. I think that goes just there. I'll cut off the rest in a minute. So I'm going to pop that so where I want it to go. I only tied that knot so that it didn't slip out while I was waiting. So let's just put a little bit of hot glue just there. So that captures that. Then I can get a couple of flowers. Now I'm mixing and matching white and pink because I think that will look nice. If you haven't got hot glue, then something like your Collal 3D glue will work really, really well. Did I cut some flowers? Let's grab one of these. I'm going to have to start trimming this off, I think. There we go. I'm going to get a little one of those, a bud, and pop that in there. I'm going to pop it that. Now you can sort of do all these in advance if you wanted to. That, oops, I brought in another. Come on, I've got a button stuck to me, to my hot glue. There we go. If you want to sort of create, you saw me do them on my last project, I think it was, or one of my last projects, where we had everything glued down, because that worked really well. I'm going to grab. No, so I've also got a wax seal, and I think, oh, I could put that. Oh, that works well, going on top of the circle. Now what you have to remember is, if I put this glue on here, it's going to melt that wax seal a little bit. So I'm just going to spread that and just let that start to cool a bit. Let's put that on top of there so I can centre that. Oh, I like that. Oh, a bit different, isn't it? So we want a few more flowers. So I'm going to go quite. Oh, I wanted to put one of these in as well. I've still got some heat left in my glue. There we go. And I think I need one more flower down there. So let's just find a flower that's a bit big. What I can do, put that like that. So I've got a little bit of an arm on it. A little bit of hot glue, and I'm going to push it up. There we go. So it's just a little display in that corner. I want a few more bits. Let's come up there. What else are we going to use? Oh, I haven't put any foliage on after saying all that about foliage. Let's grab a bit. I have to trim it down now because I think my glue started to set. Let's trim that down. Let's put that on there. Let's grab a little bit of 3D glue. There you go, my 3D glue had just capped. I've just taken that out. It just wouldn't flow. And then, oh yeah, that's better. One in there. Oh, let's take a little bit of one of these. We do like a little bit of greenery. And you can just add bits as you go. That's what I love about doing things like this. It's just building up. I need to get my other tweezers. Where are my squeezy? There. I like these ones for doing things like this. And then we can push that into there. There we go. Right, so let's put some foliage down first this time. That's a bit big. I think we only need, because I'm not doing waxy bits, so I think it'll work like that. Let's just make sure that ribbon, where's my other end of that ribbon? I've lost a bit of my ribbon. Oh no, they're both there. Both there, they've just gone close to each other. It's okay. Let's get, what flowers have I got? Do I want one of those? I still want that tag to be free flowing. So I think we need to come over a little bit. There we go. Let's put a couple of little bits in there. Do we need, oh, I wanted one just there. So I had a tiny flower. I like this one. This one actually looks a little bit sorry for itself. So let's use this one because we like the ones that are looking a little bit sorry for themselves. So I'm just bending that over, and then you can always twizzle it around a couple of times. Just give something to put the glue on. That's all I'm trying to do. And then trim that off. I'm going to put a little bit of glue just there, and then we're going to pop that one on there. There we go. I think that's enough. I'm covered in white paint. This is covered in white paint, but how about like that? So let me have a look what we've got just here. Got lots of bits left over, all going to go into my scrap box again. But now we've got a card that's a tag with a tag that still comes out. Oh, that's quite handy to see that that needs to just move over a little bit. Let's pull that greenery. There we go. There we are. We've got a tag within a tag, or on a tag. We've used loads of little bits that we've got left over. We've used only half a piece of a wooden embellishment, so my other piece is there. Again, we had some little bits here. You can hardly see that one, but that's absolutely fine. A button that's been hanging around for years. The tiniest scrap of lace. How about that? I think that's lovely. It's going to need to go into a handmade envelope, but we can whip up a little box or an envelope quite quickly. Love the little charm. Lots and lots on here to be looking at. Look, glue strings. Lots and lots to be looking at, but I love that. Something a little bit different today. What do you think? I hope you like it. That's directly into my camera, so I hope you can see that. Anyway, that was a quick one for today. I'm really late recording this, so I hope you like that. All the links are down at the bottom. I'll see what I can link, or definitely link to the bits to do the wax seals, because I know that's always really popular. How about that? That's really pretty. Something a little bit different, isn't it? Yeah, and thanks for watching. And if this inspires you to have a go at making a tag or a card or something shabby chic or just something with flowers, then please do. You don't have to make the flowers yourselves every time, but if you wanted to, then go for it. So, happy crafting, my friends, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye for now.